Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome once again, as always, to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. You join me today for day 50 of the UK lockdown, where currently I'm sat in the old jalopy, square-wheeled, in my own driveway, here at H Towers in my hometown of Wigan. Now, as many of you know, I'm hoping and looking to wrap up this particular series of videos today, here on day 50, the big 50. However, this isn't exactly what I had in mind. Unfortunately, folks, the weather has let me down. It's rather windy out there today, and it will interfere with the audio if I try and do a video from outside. So although I was hoping to bring you guys along with me for my daily exercise for one last time, albeit vicariously, unfortunately, it hasn't worked out that way. But never mind, it's one of those things. We'll just have to crack on and deal with it, won't we? So, folks, here we are on day 50, and tomorrow marks a rapid departure from the current status quo of the lockdown, doesn't it? As of tomorrow, if you live in England, you'll be able to exercise as much as you like and wherever you like. You know, you may travel via your own vehicle to an area such as a beach, a park, a country park, or anywhere you like for that matter to take your daily exercise. The only stipulation is you must maintain social distancing rules and keep away from people who don't live in your household more than 2 metres apart. Now, I can live with that personally, Hot Potters. That means that next week, after I've taken a short break away from the camera, that I will be able to jump straight back in and get cracking with that video of Fred Dibner from the next town to mine, which is Bolton, where Fred was born and bred. I can get onto that. And it all worked out back in March, Hot Potters. I knew how I was going to do it, what I was going to film, what I was going to say, etc, etc. And it was laziness that let me down in the end, to be honest. I just woke up that particular morning and I didn't feel like doing it. So I thought, well, I'll do it tomorrow. And unfortunately, tomorrow never came, did it? Boris Johnson called his lockdown and put the kibosh on that. So one thing I've learned from this lockdown period, Hot Potters, is never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. And that's a lesson that I'll try and instill both in my son and follow for the rest of my life. Anyway, it doesn't mean that the lockdown is over, not by any means and not by a long shot. It just means that it's slowly changing and things are slowly getting back to normal, although they're very slow. Now, if you live in Scotland or you live in Northern Ireland or Wales, I think your rulings are that you can exercise as much as you like, but you must stay locally. So we seem to have it a little bit easier over here in England. Whether or not that'll prove to be a benefit or a hindrance, we'll just have to wait and see. Now, what I'm going to do moving forward regarding the lockdown, as it moves towards its inevitable end, I'm going to continue as I've been doing. I'm going to go out to places that are in the middle of nowhere and things like that and maintain a healthy distance, more than a healthy distance, from my fellow man or woman, because this particular policy of Mr H's has served him well over this lockdown period, and as yet, myself and my family are COVID-19 free, or at least as far as we know we are. So, folks, it's been a long old 50 days, this, hasn't it? And it's been a long trek for Mr H. I think this is the most he will ever do. This will be his record for the foreseeable future, and certainly for his YouTube career, maybe, regarding daily uploads, one at the back of the other. I don't think I'll beat it. I think my previous record was 16 days, which looks minuscule now compared to this one, doesn't it? But the time has come to end this particular series of videos, and I'm very humbled by the way people have said that they've enjoyed these videos. I'll be honest with you, when I first started these videos 50 days ago, I thought they'd last 10 days, 12 days tops, and then you guys out there would lose interest in them and you'd stop watching them, basically, and I'd be making videos to myself, really. But that's not been the case, has it? It would appear that these videos get at least 1,200 hits, thereabouts. They've always maintained a regular following, really, and it's been good to see that they've not dipped below the 1,000 mark. And it's been the same with the comments. You've continued commenting just as much as you did on day one, and I'm really humbled and surprised by that. I really am. And I've been amazed at the sort of places that these videos have been viewed from. They've been viewed from the Middle East. I think there was one fella following these from Qatar. They've been followed from the Americas, Australia, European countries, as well as the good old UK, of course. So it's been interesting to see people, watching quite avidly a guy from the Northwest just walking around and giving his thoughts on this lockdown period. And I've been interested to hear your thoughts and read your thoughts. I've not always got back to each and every one of you. Unfortunately, it's just been time constraints. There is a lot of work involved in doing a daily upload. You've got to go out each and every morning at a set time. You've then got to get back home. You've got to edit the video, and then you've got to upload it, and then you're at the mercy of the internet. I've had rather ropey internet during this lockdown so far. With a bit of luck now, people have started returning back to work and things like that, and people will start venturing out more, if indeed they do. Then my internet will get a little bit faster, but we'll just have to wait and see how that one goes, won't we? But yeah, there is a lot of work involved in it, so I do think that I deserve a rest now after 50 days. Hopefully you guys won't abandon me in that time, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a week off, and then I'm going to jump straight back on with it. What I'll probably do in that week, as I said yesterday, I'll tidy up the channel a little bit, and I'll start sorting out playlists and things like that, because one or two of you out there have said it'll make it a bit easier for you to find videos in my back catalogue if I do that. And I have got quite a number of videos up now, so the days of being lazy and just dropping it into the category of people and blogs are over, I think, and I'll start putting them in the correct place, or at least for now I will anyway. Now, a big thank you to certain people who've commented on this channel. One fella in particular, a fella by the name of Josh Lunt. Now, you've commented on each and every one of these videos every day, sir, and you've commented sometimes 3 and 4 times on the same video. And I do feel a little bit bad at not getting back to you at times. As I said, it's just simply down to time constraints. So you deserve a big shout out, as indeed many others do. Unfortunately, there's that many of you. I just can't name you all. I'd be here for hours, really. I'm going to keep this to the traditional 10 minutes, this particular vlog. I don't think I'll veer away from our traditional 10 minutes. But what I am going to do, at the end of this, I'm going to put a little medley together of some of my favourite outings that I've had and some of the places that I've visited during this. I'll remove the audio and I'll just overlay it with a tune that I'm sure many of you will recognise. But as I said, I've really enjoyed making these videos. I've said that in previous vlogs, or vlogs as I like to call these, and it has helped me get through this lockdown period so far, because one of the things that was really depressing me, Hot Potters, I must admit, was the thought that I wouldn't be able to go out and do as I like, really. I mean, I'm an outdoorsy person by nature, and I do like coming and going as I please. Sometimes much to the annoyance of Mrs H, because she plans something for us and I kibosh it by saying I want to go and do this particular video. And to piff her to her, she puts up with a lot, as indeed she's put up with over these past 50 days, with me going out first thing in the morning, out to do my daily exercise. And because we're only allowed out once, or we have been, it has meant that I've not been able to go out with her and little Toby James and have a walk and something like that. So she has put up with a lot, and she deserves a big shout out in this, the last vlog of this particular series. So folks, I'm slowly going to wind this one up. As I said, a big thank you to everybody out there who has followed these videos, and I am really touched by the way you found them interesting and you've followed them, and many of you have subscribed on the back of them. So folks, for the last time during this particular series, I will bid you a fond farewell. Stay safe as always. Continue to maintain social distancing and that. Just remember, because the restrictions are being lifted a little bit and Mr H's daily vlogs are not here anymore, that doesn't mean to say that this thing is over. We must continue maintaining social distancing and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully, over the next couple of weeks, more and more of these restrictions will be lifted and we can slowly get back to normal. So folks, until the next time when you will see me on my normal style of video, where I will be out and about, hopefully, chasing down one of Fred Dibnah's locations, it is bye-bye for now.